can just edit out a little bit if we need to.
Yeah. I thought you probably want the back camera because.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Gorgeous. All right, let's go. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. We are going to talk about creative expression through poetry. Poetry is not only about reading and writing, but about imagery, insight, and expression. It's also about identifying, processing, and expressing concepts or emotions. It's a very good, healthy, creative outlet. To begin, I want to go around the room and introduce ourselves to the group. And I'd like us all to say something we enjoy or appreciate, just to kind of get us noticing things around us that we love and enjoy, because poetry is about noticing the little things. So, my name is Robyn, and I enjoy lilies.
My name is Alexis, and I enjoy the weather. It's finally warm and spring-like and beautiful and green.
My name is Bertha, and I enjoy going for walks on the weekend.
Awesome.
My name's Daniel, and I really enjoy the company of my pets, and I really enjoy trees. I like big trees.
That's
They're
awesome.
pretty cool.
Wonderful. Okay. So there are many different types of poems, and a lot of them have a very specific structure. We're not going to worry too much about that today. But they all serve to paint a picture with words. So, for example, a sonnet is a poem with 14 lines, whereas a haiku is a poem with 3 lines and a set number of syllables. I'll read you a sonnet and a haiku so you can get an idea of kind of what they sound like and what their structure is. I encourage you to close your eyes, relax, and just try and see what you glean from the words. Consider the emotions and imagery that comes to you and that the author is trying to convey rather than the words themselves. Okay. So the first sonnet I'm going to read to you is The Human Seasons, written by John Keats in the year 1818. 4 seasons fill the measure of the year. There are 4 seasons in the mind of man. He has his lusty spring, when fancy clear takes in all beauty with an easy span. He has his summer, when luxuriously springs honeyed cud of youthful thought he loves. To ruminate, and by such dreaming high, is nearest unto heaven. Quiet coves. His soul has in its autumn, when his wings he furleth close, contends so to look on mists in idleness, to let fair things pass by unheeded as a threshold brook. He has his winter too of pale misfeature, or else he would forgo his mortal nature. So I want you to just take a moment and focus on the thoughts, feelings, concepts that arise from hearing that poem. Okay, and next we have a haiku. So again, I encourage you to close your eyes and think of the imagery that's being conveyed by these words. Scent of wood-fired love, toppings scattered like stardust, pizza dreams take flight. ChatGPT 2024. So as you can see, poetry can be about anything. It doesn't have to be very serious. It doesn't have to be super fanciful. You can make a poem out of anything, any thought. So today, I would like us to make a freeform poem. So a freeform poem is a poem that doesn't have a set number of words, syllables, or structure. So it can be, again, about anything, and we can just make that all together. So I am going to write a theme up on the board. I think, inspired by Lexi's words, we're going to go with spring today. Okay. So I'll get you all to grab a notebook and a pen. You're welcome to keep these.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, and once you're ready, I want you to consider spring. What comes to mind? Thoughts, feelings. And I'll just give you a couple minutes to write down as many words as you can. Okay, do we have lots of words down?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so with our little brainstorming activity, I'm going to fill up the board with as many words, thoughts, feelings that you've come up with, and we will use that as the base for our poem that we're going to make. So maybe Lexi, do you want to start us off?
Well, I have a whole bunch, so maybe I'll just stick to the greatest hits.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I have greenery.
And please forgive my terrible printing.
Growth.
Oh, very good.
Newness. I don't even know what that means.
Me either.
Oh, something is like new.
Oh,
That makes
newness.
sense.
Like warmth.
Warmth, excellent.
Freedom. Renewal. Life.
Awesome. Are there any more you want to add, or is that good?
Maybe I'll just keep the rest to myself.
Absolutely. How about you, Brooklyn?
I'm not nearly as deep.
That's okay.
Well, I went for the deep ones on purpose.
I have warm sun. The smell of sunscreen.
Ooh.
One of my favorite things about summer or spring.
To each their
Same
own,
thing,
but
same
I'm
thing.
not a fan.
Barbecues.
Mm.
Camping. And tulips.
Ooh,
Nice.
I love tulips.
The rest I will also keep to myself.
no problem.
Beautiful.
Daniel?
Oh, I'll read all of mine.
Yeah, please do.
I got growth as one of mine, so we don't have to write down again. Flowers starting to blossom.
Mm.
The first mowing of the grass.
Mm.
Now that smell I love.
Yeah.
That's the one I hate.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm allergic, but I do like the smell.
I'm allergic too. I still like the smell though. I don't like. I actually like mowing grass, but the smell good.
Yeah.
Fair.
Animals having their babies.
Aw.
The transition from winter sports to spring sports.
Nice. Do you have any examples?
I was thinking specifically like the ice coming out of the arenas and into
Yeah.
lacrosse because I'm a lacrosse kid, so
Nice.
I finally get to play my sport.
Right on.
The rain and sunny weather, so the mix between both.
I think we're getting a little bit of that today, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Better than hail.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
finally warm enough to enjoy the rain instead of just like feel like cold and wet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got Easter.
Easter. Lovely.
That's a good one.
Totally forgot about Easter.
Easter.
And then my last one that I got is the end of school.
Ah, very good.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, we're nearly there. Okay. So, we have an awesome selection of words. And what I would like to do is for each of us to write a line for a poem. So, essentially how this is going to work, this will be our little vision board that we can refer to for ideas of what we want to write. I'm going to start off by writing the first line, and then I'm going to pass it around. Yeah, and we're each going to write a line. And I want you to just focus on the line before yours as opposed to the whole thing.
Okay.
And we'll come together and see what it looks like.
Okay.
Sorry in advance to everybody else.
Okay. And I want you to really take your time with this.
Okay.
But it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be super profound.
And you said there's no like guidelines or like.
Nope, it's all free form.
formatting?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Should we like cover the rest of the last ones that did not look at them?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That sounds fun. Okay.
That's a little bit
No peeking. Okay.
Don't look.
And again, don't be afraid to look at the board for inspiration, but if you really get stuck or have any questions, don't hesitate to speak up. Yes?
Can we use words that are not on the whiteboard?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Has anyone here written any poetry before? Is this the first for everyone?
A little bit in school.
Yeah, I had to do it in high school.
Nice.
It's, first time not being marked on my poetry.
Ah, okay. Very good.
Yeah. I do like listening to people's poetry. I just feel like I never understand what it's supposed to be about.
Mm. That's, yeah, especially older poems. It can be a lot of words that are kind of hard to understand.
Yeah. Or I always feel like I try to look for like this super deep meaning because it's part of it, and it's just like right there, right in front of me in like big writing. It's like the title or something.
That's why the pizza one's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was originally looking through some Shakespeare poetry, but it was very hard to understand. So I was like, I don't even know what I'm reading.
Do you know who made the Telltale Heart?
I don't know.
I really liked that poem, but I don't remember who wrote it.
Do you have a favorite kind of poetry?
Ooh, I really like. I got a book recently that's all like English romantic poets from the, I want to say 1500s to early 1900s. So I do like a lot of kind of older, more romantic poetry. Yeah. That's my thing.
And is that usually just like free form poetry, or is that stuff usually a type of poetry?
The older stuff usually is quite a bit more structured.
Yeah.
So sonnets are a really popular one where
Right.
it has to be 14 set lines. And there's a whole bunch of other ones. I mean, there's so much, but definitely a lot more structured before. I don't know if anyone's familiar with Ruby Carr, but she's a newer poet who's been really, really popular. And most of her stuff is pretty free form, but people love it, so.
Bending it, holding it so that you can't see.
What if it doesn't make sense?
No cheating.
That's okay. We're gonna revise it if we need to.
Wait, should we also fold yours then?
You read it and then you write and then you fold.
Alright.
I feel like folding it is like a good way to like obscure it.
Totally.
Does it have to rhyme?
No.
Okay.
Good question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another thing with a lot of newer poems too. Like again, no structure, doesn't need to rhyme. It's just about kind of getting it out there and expressing yourself.
Although at that point, not to get too into the weeds philosophically, but it's sort of at that point just writing, but in a poetic way. If it doesn't have, I don't know. You know what I mean?
I do, yeah. My friend Elliot likes to write poetry, and a lot of it is free form, and it's really quite beautiful.
Is that Elliot in our class?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's actually the one who got me back into poetry recently.
That's so cool.
Don't look.
No cheating. I think you're doing great on time.
You know, your first couple lines reminded me of my favorite, absolute favorite thing about string that I can't believe I did not brainstorm.
Oh.
Although I'm not gonna spoil it now. But
Say it. Tell me.
Definitely share so at the end. I would love to hear it.
I'm so hyped about these notebooks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm so excited about this.
It's for writing all your future poetry in.
Hell yeah. It's for my doodles in class. I've been doing them on sticky notes.
Oh.
Now I can move up in life, and I'm going to go on a bigger notepad.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take notes, though.
No, this one for me is probably gonna reserve for something like poetry because I already have like a little notebook for class.
good.
Yeah. On the first day, like back in September, on the quad they were giving out like all sorts of like free school equipment, like an agenda, a notebook, and like lots of like pens and highlighters and stuff, pencil case. So I was planning on like, you know, going shopping for all that stuff, I guess like after the first couple of days. But I mean, if it's all there, I'll just
Might as well.
I'll just grab that stuff and
Yeah.
go save us
Yeah.
a bit of money.
Oh, absolutely.
Sweet. I didn't know all that stuff was free. Was that on the first day?
Yeah, it was just like under a couple like I'm not sure if you remember, there were like tents
The
set
tents,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed as
Just
far
went,
away as I
yeah.
could. I saw. Well, I thought they were like trying to like sell me stuff or like like you know sometimes they'll put up like the political like
They-
party ones and
There
stuff
were
like
a
that.
couple of those. Sort of. There was one for like the local union.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like
There's always a Conservative Party of Canada one at schools.
Oh.
Every single time I go anywhere with tents.
didn't see that on the thing.
Really?
I don't think there was any like political party ones. I think it was just like the union. There was one for like study
Okay.
abroad / international student stuff. I don't know. It was mostly
That's all I can think of.
like good stuff, just like local, like Camosun college tents. I don't know. I had some free food and stuff.
Yeah, when I went there, it was like, I can't remember, it was a Democrat Party or something.
Hmm.
I was like, oh, okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
This was at like,
yeah, in the down there,
was this in the first couple of days or was this
Yeah.
like the
yeah. They were
Oh,
trying to
I
like
didn't-
Democrat Party or something.
whatever.
Sorry that took so long.
Oh, no, please take your
I
time.
think that's probably a good thing. Really to think this one through.
What you were saying, Daniel, about doodling, I really wanted to try and convey how you don't have to use words, you can use imagery as well. If that's kind of easier for you, if that's how you interpret words more easily, just being able to kind of draw your thoughts into poetry like that.
Like putting thoughts onto paper, basically, except in like a maybe not just like words to paper way.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
A little bit more than just that.
pictures of paper, the picture in your mind.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I can't, like I have like a very like specific image in my mind, but I can't find the words to exactly express it.
Mm.
Which is always
Totally.
frustrating.
I think I had a better one written down as an example for myself than the one I've written on the paper.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I've only officially wrote one poem, and it was for a high school course as well. It's tougher than it looks, especially when you do have to follow a specific structure. Like, I think haikus, they're 3-line poems with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the middle, and then 5 at the end. And that can be really tricky to do.
Yeah, I've done a bunch of those for like high school classes, and they're like so frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
What do they mean by like you've only officially wrote one poem? As in, like had like it published in a way?
I guess so. Like, I feel like I might have written a bunch when I was an angsty teenager. But I don't remember any of it, so that was kind of like my, big introduction to actual structured poetry.
Fair enough. So we're almost done.
I need to add music to mine.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's a good idea.
I don't know, can I borrow your speaker?
Yes.
For mine, I don't have a speaker. I need to invest in one.
Yeah, I thought it was just kind of nice. I feel like classical music and poetry go together really well.
Yeah.
I think that's another example of poetry without words, honestly.
Yeah. Although again, if we want to get into the philosophical weeds, aren't all forms of art just different versions of, like, couldn't you call like painting, for example, also a form of visual poetry?
I think so.
But then you call poetry like a verbal or like word form of painting.
Ah, yes.
So are not all art forms just different mediums of the same art, if you think about it that way?
I think so. I think a lot of it is also like the intention behind it as well. Doing the structured poetry, I think, is an interesting way of challenging yourself to be able to identify thoughts, emotions, and being able to put it in that structured form. I think you can create something really beautiful and interesting with that.
Okay.
Alright, we ready?
I can give it to you without reading other ones. I feel like I just wrote a sentence.
If it makes any sense.
No, I think this is lovely.
Okay.
Clouds flow like silvery wine, cherry blossoms on the skyline. The promise of summer fills the air as children frolic without a care. Ocean waves of renewal and growth brings life and blooming flowers. Night sky filled with
I don't know where you're at. It might be smoke.
smoke from campfires. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Night sky filled with smoke from campfires. Family and friends gathered close. It must be spring. Oh, well, I think that's really nice. Absolutely. Are there any revisions you feel like need to be made?
Can I read it?
Yes,
Like
of course.
just
Please do.
I think like maybe for myself, I would have rewritten it to ocean waves of warmth transition to renewal and growth.
Mm.
For myself, 'cause I was trying to reword it in there.
If you'd like, I mean, feel free to make any edits.
Oh no, keep it original.
Sure.
yeah.
Keep it original. I gotta keep it mint condish.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Okay.
No, okay. Let me
So
elaborate.
funny.
I'm specifically focusing on my part now. I think it's a little bit like, compared to others, a little bit juvenile and simple, but I think there is sort of a beauty in that, like simplicity, and that you don't need to necessarily rely on flowery words.
I
And so
like it.
that's why I'm like, okay, this is solid. Like, you know, but maybe I would have been a bit more poetic with my wording.
Okay. I like that it rhymed.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that was
I mean,
not a requirement. It turned out beautifully.
I mean, I was following your lead, and I thought, you know, obviously I didn't feel the need to make it rhyme, but I thought, that might be a nice way to continue it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Okay. Well, why don't we do another small one?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Let's see. Does anyone have any ideas of what they might like for the theme?
Graduation?
Oh, that's a good one.
Sure.
My thought was actually just school, but graduation's better.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, graduation.
2.
Okay. So I'll give you a little bit less time for this one, but if you want to just jot down in your notepad some things that come to mind, images, feelings.
much on this one this time.
It's a bit trickier, I think.
Yeah, there's less there.
Mm-hmm. How are we feeling? Good? Okay. Will you start us off, Lexi?
Sure. Let's go with accomplishment.
Ooh, you're
Mm.
good.
And what about catharsis?
Oh, absolutely.
What's
Yeah,
that?
you're gonna have to explain
Probably
that.
Like, a sense of, I guess, like, well, being happy is over. That,
Mm.
well, now it's hard to explain exactly what catharsis is.
I think
It's like,
kind of like relief in a way. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
When someone says, you know, I had a big cry and that was very cathartic. It's like a sense of relief. for
Okay,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Hope.
Hmm.
Hope for the future. Freedom. And then melancholy.
Ooh.
Feeling like, oh, well, I mean, it's sad that this is over a little bit, because my thought was like, well, you know, we've developed sort of like a bit of a social life here, maybe made some friends, made some connections, maybe sort of gotten into the whole like student role and learned to enjoy it, and now that's over, it's in the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Brooklyn?
I have celebration
Ooh, good.
and connection. And mourning.
Mourning as in like loss?
Like mourning as in like sad that you have to end this part of your life.
Yeah, so
You know, you're not gonna be with these people every day and in the same space.
Yeah.
And then I have excitement. New beginnings. Pride. And knowledge carriers.
Bringing in some verbiage from our program.
Very cool. I'm seeing lots of expressive words. A big mix too. It's very good. Daniel?
Okay, so I got time to relax.
Mm-hmm.
No more due dates. Achievement.
I'm pretty sure that's not how you spell achievement.
Oh
That's
yeah, you
okay.
should see how I spelled it. It's actually kind of hilarious.
That's right.
I got celebration.
I think it's already on there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's up top. Ah, we'll add it again.
And then time to look for a job. That's it. I spelled achievement ACIEVMENT.
Sounds right.
It's so funny.
Achievement.
Okay.
Your A looks like an
Not far
H.
off.
No, my writing is horrible.
It's not that bad.
Lots of good stuff to work with here.
I do that.
My capital I's look like Z's. Yeah.
Anyway. Well, there's one change I'd make to the board.
Mm-hmm.
That's better.
Okay. So, we go around just like we did before.
Oh my god, you're killing it for time, dude. 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's raining?
It's hard to see because of the glare, but I don't think so. No.
No.
No. It's not right.
All good.
Mm.
I'm definitely finding this one a little bit more challenging.
Yeah.
Are the words on the board accurately reflecting how you're feeling about the upcoming graduation?
I think so.
Yeah. For me, just looking forward to, the release of stress.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can certainly relate to the no more due dates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you guys book your graduation?
You have to book your graduation?
What?
When is it?
I didn't do it, so I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean book your graduation?
You have to book your spot to cross the stage.
I was
we're
like,
doing a full graduation then.
Yeah.
did not know that. I
Oh.
don't know if we'll do that.
I don't think I'm doing it. I didn't sign up for it in time.
Oh,
It's done already?
I think so.
what? We didn't talk about that in class.
No. Okay.
I could be wrong though, but I thought I saw postings on it on Camosun.
I'll look at that later.
Like
for
it was
sure.
like April 2024 grads sign up times and stuff like that.
Oh. Interesting, because
I know it
UVic
was a
usually
long time
does it
ago.
in September.
I could be wrong. Could be making it up. Highly possible.
I see that I see this stuff on our D12 or like the emails or whatever from the college, but I don't really pay attention to them, so it could totally be true.
Well, either way, I think there should be a nice big party after.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So I guess as to who will be expected to climb it.
Mm-hmm.
Steak strips.
What?
Yeah.
Did you make those?
Mm-mm.
Are you offering or are you showing me?
I'm offering.
I'll take the little one.
Anybody else? You guys can split the last piece.
Well, I'm.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Where did you get these?
My friend made them.
Oh.
My parents made them.
Oh.
It's just like beef jerky, but I think it's just thicker sliced.
Thank you.
That's what it tastes like anyways.
Mm. Wait, just like that.
I'm looking forward to taking a little cooking class tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. Those were good. I liked mine. So I'm excited.
I'm excited too. It's surprisingly easy to make and like simple. So I'm a little worried timing wise.
To make the time or to go over?
To make the time.
Oh, really?
There's like 5 or 6 steps, but a lot of times it's gonna be like waiting for it to like for the rice to cook and stuff.
Right.
And then I guess I'd be going overtime if we waited for it, if like the timer was going down, while it was cooling, because that takes like a good while. So, my thought was that I could go first tomorrow, and then while we do Brooklyn's activity, they can be in the fridge or even the freezer, and then we can cut them up afterwards.
That's a good idea.
I think so.
Like a cooking show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So maybe it makes sense to like start the timer, do all the stuff, stop the timer, do Brooklyn's thing, come back, start the timer again. So I don't know if that's allowed.
I think it is.
Yeah, you're allowed to make some cuts, she said.
Well, you know, okay.
And for Carmen's, she did hers in multiple locations. Like she was showing how to wash hands. So they videotaped in their bathroom, and then they stopped and went somewhere else, and then they stopped and they went to 3 locations.
Wait, wash hands?
Yeah.
She's
For
doing
40 minutes?
personal
Yeah.
hygiene.
Yeah.
Oh, personal hygiene. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like it was just washing hands for 40 minutes. I'm like, damn. I would be impressed if you could stress that to 40 minutes. But if it's general like personal hygiene, absolutely, there's
Cleanest
plenty
hands
there.
ever.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Well, I feel like if you showed like how nurses are supposed to wash their hands or whatever, like the
Under the fingers and stuff.
yeah,
Oh yeah, they're
that
all
you could
about
probably
that.
stretch that out.
Even then, I don't know. It's just get it in the fingers and then have your hands up. Right. Have you ever wondered why surgeons have their hands up like this? It's because any contaminants or whatever, they're generally going to fall with gravity. So if you have your hands down, stuff can fall from, like, I don't know, wherever else. If you have your hands up, like there's nothing above them or whatever, that's why. Like it's a lot, or like if you get splashed with some liquid on your sleeve and it can roll down, that sort of thing. Yeah.
That's really cool. I didn't realize that.
Just learn that as a random fun fact. Yeah.
What's the date?
It is-
9th?
Yes.
Yeah, 9th of March.
Okay.
All set?
Okay. Is this mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Can't have it.
Back.
Yeah, you can't have it.
Brooklyn, your writing is so pretty.
Thank you. I try.
Okay.
All of us are over here like apologizing about how crap our writing is, and then yours is just gorgeous.
I wish I could do cursive.
That's all I can do. This
Yeah.
is not my forte.
Mm.
New beginnings, sorrowful and sweet. Black caps fly. Friends say their final goodbyes. Every end, a new beginning. With celebration of our connection, we invite an old feeling of melancholy. Pending due dates are now behind us. And now the race to find jobs. Very accurate.
very like real and sobering way to end the poem. Like yep, that's. That's my thought.
I love that it's all encompassing of kind of all of these ideas too. It really incorporates a little bit of everything. I think that's awesome. Any revisions, comments, thoughts?
Could I look at it again?
Yes, of course.
I think so, but
I think it's good.
And I think what I'll do is I'll write these up and send this to all of you so you can have a nice little
Aw.
thing to reflect on.
yeah, that sounds nice.
Oh yeah, because we gotta do our reflections.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that like right after this.
24
I'm just gonna
hours.
grab a computer and
It's on the D12, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Good. Oh, hang on to that. And I'm going to hand out these handouts.
Oh, I got the handouts. Well, we're in the
I got
library,
you.
so.
So here it just has an example of different types of poem and how they're formed with little examples. And on the other side just some kind of tips for writing poetry and some local resources. So different local resources for like poetry events, poetry slams, creative writing groups, and other resources for finding poetic materials.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming today. Through teamwork and shared creativity, we brought these poems to life. Each word and line written today reflects our collective spirit. I hope you continue to write poetry in your free time, as it's a great way to express thoughts, feelings, emotions, or hardships. And it'll help you gain insight to the experience in the world around you, regardless of which form you choose. I hope to read all of your poems in the future. Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Good job.
Yeah.
Woo.